What's up guys, and welcome to the Inferno tips and gimmicks. And this is gonna be probably my favorite stuff to show because I actually do feel like the stuff that I do here and this random things that I have, not many people do. So yeah, we're gonna start in CT and we're actually gonna go CT spawn because there is a lot of save spots in this map that people will fall for. And I mean, especially considering how much you need to save in this map, and if you want to try to go for exits, you probably want to know these. This one used to be really popular back in the day, where you would sit behind this flower pot and watch people like run past you, because when you come here, your eyes are kind of like glued to this area there. And as you come over this way, you're more focused on like people up top and over here. So you kind of like don't look here. Your eyes just don't go here. And even if you do look here really hard, it's pretty difficult to see you there just because of, you know, the flowers. So if you want to go for exits, you definitely could try holding something like this. Just make sure you hold a little wider out because people are going to be full sprinting past you and not bothering to shoot you. So if you hold too close to the wall like this, you're going to have to like flick and readjust, and you know, you might end up whiffing the spray. Although if you have an M4S, people are going to take a while to figure out where you are anyway, so whatever. There's one more boost spot here where if you have a teammate and you're saving and people are leaving A, you can try to get this boost off right here. Oh, as I missed. Right. You try getting this boost off here. You can actually sit a little further in so that you're not as exposed, but this is also another cheeky angle you can use. And finally, this is probably my biggest secret on this map, because it always works. Like 99% of the time, literally 99% of the time, I will get frags from this position, and it's in this corner here. Now granted, you're full committed to this spot. If there's no CT smoke up, you can't really get into this position. But if you can get here, oh my, do people just not look here ever. Especially if you have a teammate that can just bait for you like right there. People never check the spot. Like almost literally never check the spot. And it's right there. But people just are so focused on CT spawn, the shortcut, or not shortcut, the speedway, right? You know, the buy zone. No one looks over here. People just forget it's an angle. So people will run past me just like this, and I know when I'm in this position here, I need to wait for two, and you know, use your sound to figure out how many people are coming. Just wait for two, maybe three, and then once everyone's past you, try to figure out how to eliminate as many as possible as quickly as possible. And if you watch some of my older highlight videos, like the mini clips, you'll see like, you know, you'll see me in the spot like in some of them, and I end up getting like, I remember getting 2 kills with the scout in this position because people are just like, wait, how did I just die, right? You know, I've had like on almost 4K from the spot, just watching everyone pass me, going 1, 2, 3, and then like I missed the 4th guy. Anyway, this spot, super good, super good. Use it in your games. Just make sure that CT is smoked and they can't see you run in there, right? How do you check? You just like kind of just, you can jump slot like this to see if it's smoked, and then if it is and you're gonna save, just get in here. Moving on, I had a former teammate show me this idea. His name was also Kennay, hilariously enough. But basically, if you have a teammate porch and they are not going to be able to come up porch without you knowing, rather than playing your standard pit angles like this, or like here, or on the balcony, like here, what you can do is just play as really weird off angles like in the open, because when people come out of apps, they're not going to look straight down for you. Right, people are gonna look there, they're gonna look here, and then we come out there, and like on the balcony here, people will always forget to just, well, they won't forget, but they're just not going to look down to try to fight you. So what you can do is just play something like this, or like a little off like here, just to catch their heads as they're looking somewhere else. You'd be surprised how effective it is the first few times. But people will catch on and start being like, oh, you're not here or here, I'm gonna look down now. But, you know, if they start doing that, you could play angles like this to play the whole mind game. Just playing your CT spot is always a mind game. That should be a video in itself, but this is just one little trick you can do to try to catch someone off guard, get a free kill. Fall back. Maybe fall back. Speaking of pit, a really good pop flash to help your teammates in mid. This is more of a re-peek into top mid brackets area. But you can stand in this corner here. And you just want to aim like right under the little lip of this roof right here of this building. So like that. And then left click. And it's going to pop perfectly past the wall here. I'm going to use read the last grenade. It's not as accurate, but it still works. Right? And then you have a teammate peek right here. If people are like holding top mid for you like this, or like they're sitting around like around here just waiting, they're just going to eat this flash. While we're in top mid, don't forget about the elige spam if you're a porch player. So let's just assume mid is smoked so you don't randomly die. If you know approximately when people jump into the window, like right here, like specifically getting into this part right here, you know, you have the elige spam from way back when. You just need to make sure that you're actually spamming the this wooden beam right here, and you can use the chipped paint as a guideline on like where the height is. Usually, I'll just sit like towards the bottom of this chipped paint right here, and just spray it. And you can see it's landing there, so it's kind of hard to tell. But if you like draw a line from this angle, you can see that it's gonna hit people like roughly in the head as they walk into that little doorway right here. Small tip on A, if you're on a save round, you have teammates, have a guy play ninja or maybe like under it, and you play behind default, just waiting for people to come in like this. Because, you know, what most people do, they come in and they clear the left side first, and then they start moving towards the rest of the site. And it works even better if you have a teammate here that's just like, yes, hi, I am here. You know, and then you just like kind of play the crossfire. You come out a tiny bit and you shoot the people shooting the guy that's a ninja. I'm gonna go back to B and I'll show you my retake car nades. In scrims, this worked really well. Actually against one of my friend's teams. Hi, Cindy. Like this retake nade setup just like consistently got like a kill, and even in I think playoffs this was working very well. Round one of playoffs. So what you want to do is stand on this particular area here. You're gonna aim to the left of this pipe but not past the building, and you're gonna aim at the height of this window ish, so right around there, and you'll see it's like this side of the wall here of that building. So right there on top of first, aim here. You're gonna left click a smoke, and then if you look down and to the right, there's like a little knob right here that you can't aim at. You're gonna left click the molly there. And if you're doing this solo, you need to right click a flash like this. I mean, you could do this regardless of if you are solo or not. But you right click a flash there. Now, when I was doing this on Spaceman team, I had my teammate Sam here, just holding an angle like this, trying not to die. And then I would say, I think the timing was when I throw my molly, throw your flash, or something along those lines. Around the time the molly comes out, you throw your flash, which is the coffin flash, or I call it the god flash, because this flash just blinds everyone that's like past the half wall. And if you're behind the half wall, you might not be blind, but there's going to be a smoke here. So you can imagine my smoke lands there, my molly lands here, and then you're eating a flash like this, and like you don't really have space to be in. You kind of have to come in and fight me to dodge the flash, or go behind the smoke, or die to the molly.
I'm gonna throw my nade at 130, alright?
Flash?
Flash half wall.
Get your flash ready?
Yep.
Laying down smoke. Incendiary out.
I'm backing off.
And smoke off will spray through when you have contact.
So you can throw a front sight smoke for B. Now, if you want to do it as an execute, I'll show you that first. This requires classic view model. You're going to stand in the middle of this window right here, and you're going to align the pin of your grenade to this part of the little like chipped paint or something, right? You see how there's like a little rectangle right here that I'm drawing with my crosshair? Oops. You want to put the pin of your grenade just under this little part of that rectangle. So this one, like that. And you can use the same lineup except standing in this window to throw the second smoke. And this is an old Skadoodle video from like, I don't know, 2017 or something. And it's going to give you 2 front sight smokes with a gap here intentionally left over so that when people are like trying to creep on you, you can use this gap to try to make something happen. Or try to one-way up here. I don't know how much of one-way it is, but you know. Yeah, probably not, but that's also an idea. But what I really wanted to show was the first one, which lands closer to first oranges. And you can also throw it from this corner here, just aiming at the top center of this windowsill. It's a little different, but the purpose is the same. You're basically blocking vision from people on site and coffin from peeking into you. So what you can do is pair this with a flash like this, or even a shitty one like that, and force the CT guy off the angle, and you get to creep up with the smoke there to see what's going on here. Maybe you want to swing out and clear top first because, you know, that's an option for them. And then you can actually start creeping up here and like doing stuff like this and just seeing what's going on, trying to figure out what their defense is like. Everyone really knows this chimney flash. The only problem is that there's an audio cue with it bouncing off of the thing right here, or the chimney, what the hell, obviously. So you can throw an alternative version by getting to this corner here, crouching, and just aiming at the bottom right antenna tip right there, and left clicking. That one doesn't make any noise. It's relatively easy to see still. I mean, they both are regardless. But at least this one doesn't make noise, so people aren't ready to turn by an audio cue. Right? You have to go off the visual cue, which is harder to react to. Just generally speaking, visual cues are harder to react to than audio. So this might be useful, rather than using the chimney one. Final thing is basically coming out of boiler. This always happens to me if I'm working apps. I need to like help mid, but I can't really do anything, and my teammates aren't doing anything because it's solo queue. So back yourself up against this wall right here, roughly in line with this little support beam thingy. Doesn't have to be precise. Crouch and aim at that black dot right there, and left click a smoke. You can left click a flash, and then right after you can throw another flash off the wall there. And don't worry about it being bouncing weirdly like this. If you aim to the right, it's fine. But you just want some flash to at least make the opper a little like wary of being in this angle here or like here. So you could try something like throwing it off the A in the tenuta. And that might actually be really good for, okay, maybe not. But you get the idea, right? Just make something, just throw a flash to try to blind the opper that might be here, or even a right foot, right? Just get this guy off the angle so he can come out of boiler, and try to have your team actually be like, oh, he's going, I should help him. Only problem is, the opper still might be there, there might be a guy cubby, and you're still exposed technically to people on the boost here on quad. Albeit you're kind of covered, sort of, but people can also be like right here, oddly enough, so that's the main downside of it. So yeah, those are my Inferno tips, tricks, gimmicks. Hopefully you enjoyed all of those and can use them in your games. Let me know what I'm gonna do next. It's probably gonna be Mirage, because, you know, that's what people play. Anyway, thanks for watching, and like the video if you liked the video.